Hello, my name is Courtney. I'm the face behind Vanderbroek. I decided that I wanted to start this channel because I paid off the first of my student loans last week, which is a huge thing. It has taken us a long time to get to the point where we're paying off my student loans. So let's back up and recap. So we started this debt-free journey in May of 2017. At that time, I wrote down all of our debts. It included my student loans, my husband's student loans, and our car. We didn't have any credit card debt, which we're really fortunate about, and then we didn't include our house. So with that, we had $205,000 in debt. $40,000 was my husband's, $5,000 was our car, and $160,000 was my student loans. We just decided that we don't want to live a life where we're paying off debt forever, and we hadn't experienced too much lifestyle creep at that point, so we felt like we could rein back what we had done and then just pay off debt. I was exactly a year out of school, and my husband had been out of school since 2013, so that would be 4 years. Yeah. So we paid off first his student debt. That took us about 19 months to pay off $40,000. We did his first because he had a lot of smaller loans. They ranged from like $2,000 to like $8,000, so we were able to pay one off every couple of months, which was really motivating. After that, that was in December of 2018. By January of 2019, we paid off our car. It had about $2,500 left on it at the time we had paid off his. And then January 2019, we were able to start paying off mine. So then let's go back to that glorious time in January of 2019. We finished all the other debts and we're finally ready to start mine. Prior to this, I had been doing the income-based repayment plan and paying $832.50 a month towards my debt. I did not expect that this was going to decrease my student loan by much. It was certainly not much I was paying as compared to what I owed. But I thought maybe $5, $100 would be cool for it to have decreased in the course of that time. I have been paying towards it. Well, I got a little reality check when I went and looked at the numbers, compared 2017 to now 2019. So over the course of that 19 months, my student loans had increased by $3,000. Yeah, it went from $162,000 to $165,000. In case you can't do math quickly in your head, I had in 19 months paid about $16,000 to my friends at Nelnet, and they paid my interest and then continued to accrue interest on my loan to the point where I now owed $3,000 more despite having put in $16,000. There was certainly a part in the back of my mind where I knew that my student loans were increasing, but we had to stay focused on doing one thing so we could accomplish it, because if you try to do too many things, just nothing's going to happen fast. So my husband's loans were paid off, the car was paid off, and I had now learned that I had $3,000 extra in debt to pay. So I was angry and I was ready to get going. So we got more focused when we got to my student loans, I would certainly say. We decided to go from highest interest to lowest at that point instead of doing smallest balance to highest, just because I want to get things done as fast as I can with as little money sent out as possible. But more on that later. The point of it is that I ended up paying towards my biggest student loan first. So $44,000 was certainly the biggest of the five, and it had an interest rate of 6.96. which somewhere in there increased to 7.21. I didn't know that they could just increase the interest rate, but again, it's paid off now, so whatever. I do care. I'm not going to say who cares, but it's done. So $44,000 paid off over the course of 10 and a half months, as compared to the $40,000 my husband had, which was paid off in 19 months. How did we do things so much quicker that time? One, we didn't have extra debt that we were paying towards. So with his, we had the $832 that we were sending towards mine every month. We were also maybe a little less focused during a lot of the times with his. We would pause and do things like remodel our bathroom and put on a new roof, and then just have other things come up. We'd get tired. We just needed to stop. So with mine, we were more focused. I got 2 raises, which was super cool. And then we just had less that we were sending our money towards. So now that brings us to today. I have $118,000 left of student loans. I plan to update on here about weekly with what we've done, what our progress is, how we've gotten this far. And then I post more daily over on Instagram at Vanderbrook. So if you want to follow us along in this journey, we are over at Instagram at Vanderbrook. And then here you can subscribe to my channel and I will post more regular updates. I'm excited for this and hope to find some external motivation documenting this journey. Thank you and see you on the next one.